Good morning and welcome to a review of the world's finest assassin. Yes, we're on episode 11, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. This was a really good episode. It was a really good episode. Now, after last week ended with a cliffhanger, but now they bring it back right up to this cliffhanger. And I understand that the world's finest assassin is not going by, it's an anime adaptation of it, you know what I mean? And props for the comment on last week, that I finally understanding the world's finest assassin and how it's different from the LN series. So props. I'm actually reading the light novel series with World Finest Assassin, and it's much different from this one, but I appreciate the comments. Thank you. So, World Finest Assassin episode 11. You want to talk about a twist? You want to talk about a plot? You want to talk about a twist? You want to talk about, emotion set on this episode? We got it. So let's get right to this review of the World's Finest Assassin. Now, it started with a cliffhanger, with the cliffhanger with Daya ending it. Okay, now, this is where I kind of watched this moment. So, the whole conversation thing, this is where you got to pay attention to the conversations on this thing. Now, it's how you, read the monologues, and there's always a long monologue, but there's always the read between the lines part that's there, even though people, when it comes to monologues, they always talk. But if you pause it for a moment and read the storylines and highlighted some words that the conversation was going on, that's what it was. So with the Daya situation, all war is at its end right now. The whole war is going on as we speak. And the father, if you remember, told Lord to assassinate Daya. Now remember, he loves Daya. The MC loves Daya. That's a problem. Now, this is where I got a little shocked about this moment. Here we go. He's like, wait, what if I don't want to? Then the father will kill him. And that's kind of fucked up. I mean, you love someone, and then it goes like, if you don't, I kill you. You know what I mean? And talk about... It's ridiculous. I mean, really? You love someone, but then your father, oh no, I'm going to kill Daya. I'm like, wow. So, and the backstory with the whole Daya situation, how she the strongest makes a lot of sense. But the biggest twist that I didn't expect is coming is that Daya and Lore are cousins. They're cousins, legit cousins. And the thing is, because the white hair is descendants, Lore's mother is part of her Daya's, relatives as well. So that means Daya and Lore are cousins. Now, here's the thing. I didn't see that coming. I did not. Because when as I was watching this, I wasn't really paying attention on the whole white hair color vibe. I wasn't paying attention to it. The entire time of the World Finest Assassin, I was only focusing on watching these characters grow. Tarte, Maha, Lord, Daya. I was only focusing on their improvements as characters. But appearance-wise, I didn't see that coming. I didn't even believe that. I'm like, what? Now, and everybody thinking about, wait a minute, this is wrong because they're cousins. And I don't blame y'all. They're cousins. Now it's like, oh, Lure should take other options now because Daya, now here's the thing. Everybody wanted Daya back then. Everybody wanted Daya and Lure to be shipping wise because they're best couple. But now that they're cousins, they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to not go on that route. Not some Yushuga no Sora. We're not going to that Yushuga no Sora route. One of the most controversial animes out there than School Days, Yushuga no Sora, but that's a different video in a nutshell later. But it's like, okay, we're gonna go from that ship, we're gonna go from Tarte ship, and I'm gonna get to Tarte soon. So now it's like, okay, yeah, they're cousins, and you want to save Daya, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have to fake Daya's death, to have a better life. So that's the whole mission, was to save Daya and to fake her death so that the whole kingdom could be satisfied and, the ruling over power of her father. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the ticket. Now, leave it to Tarte with her wind resistant magic And that's what we got in this episode. We got to see involvement in more in magic than ever. So with Tarte, Tarte doing her wind resistant speed and Lowe's behind him. Now, Tarte, as she was running, we got to see everything about her and that she idolized him. She idolized him. I mean, she looks up to him. She looks up to him. And the thing is, even though she knew, and the thing about Tarte, and this is what I'm amazed about her, even though she was used as a tool, she still loves Laura. Like, even though I was used as a tool, you still needed me, you admired me, all that stuff. I helped you, all that stuff, and still to this day, she still loves him despite him was using her as a tool. You know what I mean? Like, that was the thing. But Laura fucked up in this moment. And that moment at the end of the sunset, where she's like, I can't go on. She's like, and she made a promise that she'll come back. Laura did not even pat her head. She ain't Rem. She ain't Rem from Ray Zero. And you gonna treat her like that? Oh, come on, Laura. What is your problem? What is your problem? And then, in that moment she cried, I felt bad for Tarte. I really felt bad for her. I really felt bad. I really do. That moment when she was crying, that really, damn. It's like Tarte cannot get a W. I'm sorry. I'm just like, damn. Tarte cannot get a W at all. Like, come on. What is it? Like, Tarte needs a W for God's sake. Like, damn. A W. Okay. Now, the goddess, it says 14 years earlier. Now the goddess is thinking about these other plans now to find a way to, like, we get to see her doing these sort of people to she reincarnated. My most and foremost one is the rapping one, because the rap, I did not see it coming. I didn't see it coming. That rap was still the best one, and the other one was the teacher. But still, the goddess has some tricks up her sleeve. So read the light novel to prove otherwise. Now we get to the assassination thing. What I like about towards the end is Laura's assassin powers. What he did with his snipers. I think he got more kill counts now. I think he got over 100 kill counts because he sniped a few people. He even wrote these highly Molotov, shot him up in the air, kill off in certain areas. And then he, I think he did more kill counts in that one. I kind of lost count, but he did more work than ever. And his assassination skills is really good. I mean, we're talking from his sniper skills and all that stuff. And that's all it is. Now, before even this mission, I should have mentioned this. Before even his mission to save Daya, he's reminiscing. He was as an old man back in the days when he was a top assassin. He was used as a tool, and he didn't want to be that same person he was back then as an old man. So now he get reincarnated. He's like, I don't want people to be treated as a tool no more. I got to choose my life, my choice. I'm always getting orders, but I never had a choice to should I do this or should I not? And now that in this episode, he finally has that will to okay, this is my choice. I'm not going to kill Daya. I'm going to save Daya from this war. And even though we're cousins, I'm still going to save her. And that's what he did. So at the end of it, he made it to the tower and saved Daya. And it was a really good episode. It was a really good episode, by the way. Now at the end, though, we see Maha's coming back. We see Maha, and some more information about that crystal, about the gem will be soon, and hopefully about the hero. If they show it, by the way, I don't know. But anyway, this was a good episode to watch. A really good episode. I mean, Tarte right now, I gotta say she's best girl. I know it's rushed. It's not rushed. I mean, after 11 episodes right now, and I'm feeling the love for Tarte. I'm feeling Tarte is best girl. Now, again, I didn't expect the cousin thing because, like I said, I was only going by the storyline. I didn't think about the appearance. But now I'm looking at it, looking back on episode 1 all the way till now with the whole white hair thing, I'm like, oh, okay, now it all makes sense. Everything makes sense for a reason. And now I'm fully aware of it. I am 100% fully aware of it. Now, I know people reacting to this as is this some NTR thing going on with, him loving Daya instead of Tarte? Is this some cheating thing he's doing? Or is this some kind of, you sugar no sour out, because they're cousins and all that stuff? But, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But like I said, this was a good episode, and we got to see some action in this one, especially Laurie's assassin's kill. So, pretty good. Now, I look forward for next week's episode, the last episode of World's Finest Assassin. And after this, I will give you guys my reviews not only my review, but my scale of 1 to 10 on this thing. A scale of 1 to 10. But rest assured, you guys, next year's coming, and I'm telling you right now, I'm doing the World's End Harem. I kid you not. World's End Harem is one of the shows that I'm absolutely going to do a review on. So thank you for, like I said, World's Finest Assassin episode 11, good episode. And again, I look forward for next week's episode and the final episode of the World's Finest Assassin, and I'm sure you will.